Hey everybody, this is James McClain with Radius Plus here at day 2 of SSA, celebrating its 50th anniversary. Now, to celebrate this huge milestone, I'm here with Shana from Bluebird and Sunbird Self-Storage. Now, Shana, you have such a cool title, the Head of Customer Experience. Can you tell me a little bit about what you do and what it means to be the Head of Customer Experience?
Yeah, for sure. So as head of customer experience, it's all about customer service. So I headed up our customer care team. We only started with 2 back in the day when we had lesser sites, and now we're up to 6 people. So we're there to answer calls for the sites when they're busy with customers, and after hours after the sites have closed. So we can rent to people online after hours. So, and we're there to answer calls, take payments, listen to, anything they want to say. If our site manager can't answer the phone, we're there for them.
Shana, what I'm hearing is that you and your brands keep everything in-house.
Yes.
So no matter what, they're talking to a member of the Bluebird or Sunbird team, and you have a human there to answer those calls and to be there to block and tackle. That's kind of unique. A lot of operators might choose to outsource that.
Yes.
What kind of went into the decision for Bluebird and Sunbird to keep it in-house and to keep it a part of the family? Talk to me a little bit more about that decision-making process.
Well, as you know, we operate quite differently than the rest of the folks. So, we're boots on the ground, more grassroots. So we need people facing people. Like, we want to be hands-on. We don't want to use AI. We don't want to be kiosk rentals. We always want to have people on site with a smiling face, there to help people. People who are moving are not, it's not always a good situation.
Right.
So you need to be able to read people and help them out. They might be in a bad time. They might have lost a loved one, or they're going through a divorce. Right. So you just want to pay attention to your clients and pick up on their needs and make it as smooth and as an easy transition as possible.
Shana, that's a really good point. And you actually referred to people who rent at your facility as clients.
Yes.
And I think that word in of itself demonstrates a ton of empathy. What have you seen in terms of leading with this empathy first part, developing this relationship with people renting at your units, done for their length of stay? How has that kind of affected Bluebird and Sunbird's length of stay with the people that choose to rent at your facilities and to bolster that brand? Have you talked a little bit about that?
Yeah, so, if you treat your clients well and they trust you and you have a clean facility and they know they can rely on you and that you got their back, they're more likely to stay. They're more likely to talk about you and say good things about you. And, every day I see clients hugging my site managers up, and it's a daily thing. They love the Bluebird difference.
I think you touched on something really important, which is the best kind of marketing is the referral.
Yeah.
Right? People talking about their experience, sharing with loved ones who might need self-storage.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to challenge you a little bit. And what happens when you do get a negative experience? When someone leaves a negative review, how does a customer experience team kind of jump on these problems?
Well, that's where I step in. Because as soon as we get someone who's unhappy with anything, it doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. So I'm the one who responds to them. I will first call the site, find out the story, what's going on, and then I'm going to call the client.